confirm. Okay. Today we have this topic, my dear Laura. But firstly, I want to hear you. How do you feel today? How are you?
I'm doing great, teacher. It's a little bit hot. The weather is still hot, but
The
everything is
weather
doing
what?
great. It's very hot.
Oh, yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, yes, teacher. Well, it has been that way for many days, and I can say that I'm feeling good. Thank you for asking. Well, a little bit worried about the issue that I had with the app. But
Mm-hmm.
everything is doing great, teacher, and thank you for asking. And what about you?
You're welcome, my dear. Don't worry. That is part of the process that I can say. So, that is a kind of circumstance that we can control. So, don't worry for that. In my case, I'm asking too. I'm good. I'm a little bit worried too because I have a lot of things to do, and I'm worried because the time that I expect I would have to do it, I don't have it. So I am doing a lot of things to get to cool yet or to complete. I forget it. Complete with my task. So that's it. I'm worried, but I'm here and I am doing my best here. And that is the matter. Well, thanks for asking. Today we're going to talk about a topic that I know that you have idea or maybe you have seen in a past. Close it. So now tell me, have you ever heard about the past tense? Yeah. Yes or no, Laura?
Uh, yes, teacher. Well, I think that the past tenses are related to simple past, or when we talk about past perfect.
Again, again, again.
A teacher, it's related to the simple past or the past perfect.
Okay, simple past. Okay, yeah, it related to. So to this section, we are going to practice the past tense, maybe to recognize it, and also to if you don't know something, so yeah, to know something related to that maybe you could forget and you already know. So to start, I want to ask you some question related to it. The idea is that you ask me or answer me, um, keeping in mind the time that I am asking for. Yeah, in the question. So first one question for you is, what did you do yesterday?
Well, teacher, yesterday I remember that in the morning I attended the conference for our English 2 course where the teacher explained all of the topics that we were studying in this phase and the homework that we needed to follow. In the afternoon, I joined the class and I learned a lot with you and my classmates. We talked about the expressions of quantifiers and we made some exercises all together, especially an exercise where we needed to talk about our cities and all the situations that we can count things. And in the evening, I remember that I listened to music, I watched TV, and I attended a conversation club that I had on this app that is called Hello Talk. Hello Talk, I really loved talking to people.
Okay, very good. Other question for you. What time do you wake up today? Today, we're gonna change. What time do you wake up?
Oh, well, that's a really interesting question. Well, I can't remember the time. I have a very bad memory, but I can say that I woke up between 7 to 7:30 a.m.
7 to 2, 7:30 a.m. Okay. Okay, very good. And did anything interesting happen today? Sorry, yesterday. Did anything interesting happen?
As for yesterday, well, I think that what happened yesterday, and it was really interesting, was the conversation that I joined with some people that were speaking in English, because from that conversation, I was able to see like some ways that they pronounced different words and they express themselves.
Okay, pretty good, my dear. I see here that do you use the past tense? So that was the idea. That was the idea. So to start the past simple, we use it for finishing action in the past, action that had happened in the past and it's finished. So for example, I visited my friend, or she study English, or they play soccer. Do you remind what is the structure for create this sentence in this tense?
I think that the structure is first we have the subject, then we have the verb in irregular or in a regular form. We
Mhm.
have the object and the complement.
Okay, very good. You're two. So the structure for the past simple in the affirmative way. Affirmative is the subject, the verb in past, and in this case, we need to know that there are regular and irregular verb in past, and also the complement. So yeah. Could you give me an example of affirmative sentence in past simple?
I played soccer with my brothers.
Again?
I played soccer with my brothers.
I play soccer with my brother. Pretty good. Yeah. So then the negative is structure. In this case, we have the same subject, did not or didn't, plus the base of verb, and finally the complement. So in this case, example, could you bring me an example related to negative?
Sure, teacher. An example, I think I didn't cook last week.
I didn't cook last week. Yeah, very good. Okay. Related to the questions, two questions or an interrogative, we have this structure. So we'll start with the auxiliary, and for this case is D plus the subject plus the verb base, and finally the complement and the sign interrogation. So in this case, could you bring me an example too, please?
An example, I think, is did you attend class yesterday?
Did you attend the class yesterday? Mm-hmm. Did you attend the class yesterday? Yeah, very good. So now here, as you all know it, we need to keep in your mind that there are regular and irregular verbs, and that regular verbs are that kind of verb which don't change. Yes, a time to create or to talk in this sense. But the regular verbs, the structure of them, the word change a lot. Yeah. For that reason, we need to learn the regular verbs because it is difficult sometimes when we could make mistakes creating talking in these times. But I know that you already know it. That you knew. Okay, now this. Have you ever heard about past continuous tense?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. So, tell me what you know about it.
Well, teacher, I remember that when I was at school, we were making some sentences about this tense, and we were taught that it's normally about when we want to talk about situations or actions that we are making in the past, like those situations were
Yeah.
in progress or in going.
Okay. Very good. It related to you. So as is in the presentation, the past continue is to talk about action in progress in the past. Action that is happened in a moment in the past, you know. So example, I was watching TV, she was studying, they were playing. Could you tell me a difference a difference in the structure of the past simple and past continuous sentence? Only one difference.
I think that for the simple past tense, all the actions are already finished, like they are already ended in the past. And for past continuous, I think that those actions were in process.
Yeah. And what about that kind of auxiliary? The auxiliary verbs that we find in past and in past simple and past continuous.
Well, in past simple, we normally have the auxiliary did for questions, didn't for negative, and for affirmative, we have
Mm.
the verbs in past. And for the past continuous, we have like the verb to be in past and the verbs in ing.
Okay. Do you know what is the structure for past continuous?
I think that it's the subject, the verb to be in past, the verb in ing, and the complement.
Okay, very good. That's it. The structure for past continuous in affirmative is subject plus the verb to be in the past was were plus the verb with ing and finally the complement. So in this case, it's too important to know that the verb it is the verb that the auxiliary verb for say something is different for third person and for third and second person than for the first person, okay? And also that the verb always is accompanied by the ing in Spanish gerundio. So could you give me an example of a sentence in affirmative structure in past continuous?
Oh, sure, teacher. Well, an example I think could be I was studying French before taking the exam.
Again, please.
I was studying French before the exam.
Okay. I was studying French before the exam. Okay, very good. Yeah. So the things that I could change in your what? In your sentence, it could be the time, but it's good. It's pretty good also. So now, related to negative sentence or negative yeah, sentence, we have subject, the subject plus wasn't were again, but it is accompanied with not. Wasn't, weren't. Wasn't for the first person of the singular and weren't for the rest, for the others, plus the verb in ing. So related to a negative sentence, could you tell me one example?
Of course, teacher, an example. I wasn't I'm sorry, I wasn't playing video games.
Again,
I wasn't playing video games.
I wasn't playing video game. Okay. Now you could give me an example with the third person of the singular.
With the third person, um, she wasn't dancing.
She wasn't what?
Dancing?
Hansbeer?
Yes, teacher. Like she wasn't moving her body. She wasn't dancing at the party.
Ah, dancing. Okay. She wasn't dancing. Okay. Very good. Okay. Now let's move to the interrogative sentence related to past continuous tense. To start, we use the auxiliary was or were depending of the pronoun of the person that we are talking to or talking about, plus the subject, plus the verb and ing. And of course the sign at the end. So in this case, could you give me an example of this question for of these sentences?
Were were you watching TV?
Were you watching TV? Okay. Were you watching TV? Very good. Now in this case, and do you apply and it's too important to then identify if we are talking about the first person, if we are talking about I, he, she, it, yeah. In that case, we use was, the auxiliary verb was. And if we are talking about the you, we, they, so we use were. Okay. Now let's let's just see the difference, or let's do a comparison between past simple and past continue. So at first difference, like you already mentioned it, is that past simple talk about action that finish it in the past. Sorry. For example, I eat dinner, I studied yesterday, yeah. That kind of action that happened in the past, but no still happen, don't happen anymore in my present. Okay, finish it in the past. And the past continually for that action that is happening in the past. Action in progress in the past. Example, I was eating dinner. Yes, I was watching TV when she called. This example, what you can see from the example, the last example, I was watching TV when she called. What could you tell me about it? What could you identify it?
About your question, teacher, I think that in this example we can see the usage of the simple past and the past continuous. In the past continuous, we can see that I was watching TV, which means that this is an action that was happening and it was in process, and that action was like interrupted by another action that was already finished, which was the person that called when I was watching TV. Well, I think that it could be like that way.
Yeah, exactly what do you say? That is a being. I unit, but past tense, and it would be one example to that. So the thing is that you was doing something and then coming the interruption because something happened in before, sorry, after. So that's it. I was watching TV when she called it. So very good. Very, very good. Now, I was thinking about to learn vocabulary already too. So in this case, um, you know what is the meaning of first, then, after that, suddenly, and finally?
I think there are like connectors when we want to say like a sequence of actions.
Yeah, that's it. So, but you know the meaning of each one of them, yeah?
Yes, teacher. Well, I couldn't remember suddenly, but now it's on my mind. It's like something that happens, like all
Yeah,
of the sudden.
de repente, algo que pasa así, de repente. That's it, suddenly. Uh-huh. So, the activity that I'm gonna give you right now, I'm going to give you, is to create, to create a little story with this word. Could be a real story, could be an imaginary story. I don't know how you want to do it, but only in one paragraph, okay? One paragraph. It could be only could have only 6 line or 5 line, no more than that, okay? 6 renglones o 5 renglones, no más de ahí. Bueno,
Teacher, may I ask you, we need to use all the connectors in the paragraph?
that is the idea that you already use it. And please then put on the chat box to read it.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
You're welcome. So you will have 5 minutes. Do you think it's good? 5 minutes?
Oh, yes, teacher, for me it's right.
Okay. Just in 5 minutes, you share me your text, your paragraph. Are we waiting for? Oh my Jesus! Jose Davis Huertas.
Hi, good
How
afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good night. How are you?
I'm pretty tired.
You are pretty what? Pretty fine?
Tired. No, I'm
Tired.
really tired.
Uh,
I had a race today, for that reason I'm really tired. So I'm trying my best to be here. I had to do a long trip.
you have what? Have to do it?
I had to do a long trip.
A treat. Yeah, that you already mentioned it. Okay, okay. Don't worry for that. You feel tired right now, but the next weekend will be your last, and then you will have time to rest. So keep doing. Keep doing and don't give it up,
Yes,
please.
sure.
Tell me, do you hear all my explanation about the topic?
Yes, I need to know a little bit about the topic
Again,
because
please. Repeat it.
tell me, I really didn't understand all the topic, so I only watched when you say the activity, but I really didn't understand because I didn't have all the information.
So do you understand the topic and do you understand the activity? Yeah?
No,
Again.
no, teacher, because I only watched when you are explaining the activity, but I really don't understand if I had to do a story with this vocabulary or what I have to use.
Well, the activity is that you create a paragraph, yeah, uh, using the vocabulary that is in the screen, yeah. And of course, as the topic of this section, that you have to use the past tense in continue or simple or both together, yeah. Do you have
Okay.
ever heard about that topic, the past tense?
Yes. Obviously.
Obviously, oh yeah, of course, teacher, of course. Well, so in this case, you are more than ready to create a little paragraph, no more than 6 line, using this vocabulary and of course the past tense. Well,
Okay, teacher. In the shadow, right?
yeah, you share in the chat box the answer, your answer. And yeah, we have 5 minutes. Still now.
Okay, teacher.
Well. Well, 1 minute. 1 minute more. Hello. How you doing, guys?
I finished, teacher.
Okay. Do you want to read your text, your paragraph, please?
Okay, sure. In this little test, I'll tell you everything I did today. First, I mentioned that I had a race today, but I never thought that it could be so hard. We arrived to the start. Then we began to run. Suddenly, I had a hard pain in my knee due to the race was all uphill, but I kept running. After that, I had to stop in a huge hill to wait my group, and finally, I arrived to the finish line.
Okay. I don't know what is the meaning of uphill. Uphill?
Yes, I had to search that because I didn't know too how to say it. It's like only when there's
That's
only when you have to only up in a space. In this case, solo subidas.
yeah. Uphill. Sound like a mountain. I don't know. Uphill. Well,
Yes, something like that.
okay, let me share for share. Uphill. Uphill. Toward the top of hill or slope. Yeah, a hill. Arriba de una, ¿qué es hill en español? Es colina, es como colina. Bueno, montaña para mí. Bueno, in this little text, I will tell you everything I did today. First, I mentioned that I had a race today, but I never thought that it could be so hard. We arrived to the start. Then we began to run. Suddenly, I had a hard pain in my knee, only one, no in both, only one. Okay, my knee.
Yes, only one.
Due, due to the race was all uphill. But I keep running after that. I had to stop in a huge hill to wait my group. And finally, I arrived to the finish line. Okay, very good. Let's continue with Laura. Laura said, using the connector in past tense. Okay. Hi, Laura, Laura. Last Monday. Laura, could you read please your text?
Oh, sure, teacher. The text. Last Monday, I had such a productive way. I'm sorry, it's day. First, I woke up early and checked my phone for messages as I was organizing a collaborative homework with my classmates. Then I had breakfast with my family and we talked about our plans for the day. After that, I went to class while I was reading my notes I had taken before, but suddenly it started to rain heavily and the power went out. However, it came back and I was finally able to continue with my class and my activities for the day.
Okay. Last Monday, I had such a productive day. So first, I wake up early and check in my phone for a message. As I was organizing a collaborative homework with my classmate. Then, sorry, and as I was organizing collaborative homework with my family, then I had a breakfast with my family and we talked about our plans. And I had a breakfast with my family and we talked about our plans for the day. After that, I went to class while I was reading some notes that I had taken before. But suddenly, it started to rain heavily. What is the meaning of heavenly?
Teacher, well, I think it's like when it rains too much.
Yeah, heavenly. Let me see for meaning. Heaven or divine. Divinamente. Dios mío bendito. Okay. So heavenly and the power went out. However, it came back and I was finally able to continue with my class and my activities for the day. Okay, very good. Very good. I really need that you take in the courage or you that you feel free to make me safe and you try your own text and you do your activity without the use or another tool, more than know vocabulary maybe, or more than learn how to organize the structure of the sentence of the paragraph, I don't know. But please try to do your the exercise, okay? But bueno, however, if you agree that. Let's continue to vocabulary time and expression. A time to talk about past tense, guys. Could you give me an expression that we could use? Expression of time that we could use, talking about past tense. I hear, I'm waiting for.
I'm sorry, teacher. I my connection was getting lost a moment
Okay,
ago. Can you please repeat that for me?
okay, I'm gonna repeat. I'm going to repeat. Tell me please one time expression in the past tense or from the past tense. Give me an
I will
example,
try.
please.
I will try to say one that couldn't be in the vocabulary that you recently show for us. So the day after before. So, what? The day after yesterday, or how did you say it? The day before yesterday, right?
What?
I don't know if
Sorry.
it's correct.
If it is correct. Yesterday is correct. It's one expression of time in the past tense. So it's correct. Yesterday
Yeah,
is an expression. Okay.
yeah, I'm trying to say the day before yesterday. It's not like antier, or it's not correct.
It is correct too. IS is correct. Yeah. Because it's in this past year. So yes. I don't know if the correct way to say the day before yesterday, but we are talking about the past. So for that reason I say it's correct. Okay. So another one, other ones. Expression law. Do you know it?
Some time
Teacher.
ago.
Some time ago. Yeah, that's it.
Last
Or we
year.
have, what do you say?
I'm sorry, teacher. I also think last year.
Last year. Okay, that's it. And also we have this other expression like yesterday, last night, last week, 2 days ago, why. When we see this kind of expression, we could assume that we are talking about a past tense, okay? And it could be a past simple or past continuous. For example, the why sound like a past continuous. Okay, so I only want to mention that. Let's continue. So now, vocabulary match. We have this little activity, yeah, little activity, and the idea is that you could match the vocabulary, yeah. So we have wake up. You need to look for the letter of the correct answer for this, yeah. So for example, to Laura, what do you think is the correct answer or so correct solution for the first one? There, wake up.
Teacher, I think for wake up, it's the option B to get up.
Get up. Why?
Because they refer to the situation when it starts your day and you get out of your bed.
Again?
I think that they refer when you start your day and you are out of your bed or you are getting up on your bed.
Okay. Give me a little bit moment. Well, what do you think for that about that, Jose?
I think it's correct.
You think it's correct?
Yes, I think the same too.
Well, let's see that yes. Now you tell me about the second one. Ay, Jesus. Guys, please give me a little moment.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. So It's good. Let's continue with the second one. Jose, what do you think is the correlator for the second one?
Okay, go. I think with the C, with the letter C, travel,
Why?
because all of that verse speak about go to another space or travel to another space in this case. And I think that both connect in a good way. So for that reason, for me, it's the C.
Okay, we could say that is the better relation that we can do to the others verbs. Okay, it's good. Now number three, Lau.
As for number three, I think that have goes with eat dinner.
Why?
Because sometimes when I listen to conversations or I read like some situations, I see that sometimes people use have lunch or have dinner.
Okay, very good. Very good. Well, let's move to the number four for you, Jose. What is the correct answer?
But it will be with the D, CTB.
Why?
Because watch and see are like the same. Are not specifically the same, but have a similar meaning.
Meaning. Okay, mean. Okay, very good, guys. Yeah, all of that you already say, it's correct, and you answer were correct. So now, right now, it's moment to take our rest. So let's take 10 minutes to rest, and we call back. Yeah, 3:03, I suppose. Well, in 10 minutes, we're back. Okay, so take a rest.
Okay, teacher. I will be here in 4:04.
In what?
In 10 minutes.
Well, see ya.
Okay, teacher, thank you.
Yeah. Well, guys, returning, retornando. ¿Estamos? Laura, José, are you here?
Teacher, give me one minute,
Yes,
please.
teacher.
Wow. So, my dears, now is the moment that you will tell a history or your story, not history, a story. Say three things that you did yesterday. Yesterday. You could use when, ate, or watch it. Yeah? So thinking about your answer, I'm gonna give you 1 minute to think, and then I'm gonna call one of you to mention the three things that you did yesterday. 1 minute to organize your ideas. Well, now you, Jose, ask to Laura what she did yesterday.
Okay, what did you do yesterday, Laura?
Did you do yesterday?
Thank you for asking. Well, yesterday I went to the pharmacy because I had to buy some medicine for a headache that I had. Besides, I ate beans with rice and scrambled eggs. And once I finished these activities, I watched a video to practice my English.
I watch it, supongo. Well, now you, Lau, ask to Jose what he did yesterday.
Okay, teacher. Dear Jose, what did you do yesterday?
Thank you, Laura, for asking. Okay, yesterday I went to the gym at 7 a.m. After that, I talked with a friend of mine that need to share something with me. So we speak like during 1 hour. And after that, I went to my house. I prepare my breakfast. I eat scrambled eggs with coffee. I don't remember that. Or agua panela, but I don't know how do you say it correctly.
I don't know.
I
So
mean,
I would say
I think it's
panela.
a
It's
good
an
question.
autóctona name.
Okay, it's like I eat scrambled eggs with agua panela.
Could I didn't hear you when you mentioned it ate or wash it. Do you mention it that?
No, I don't remember. And the
Porque
only hour,
no.
no, the only hour that I mentioned was when I went to the gym, and it was at 7.
But the instruction were too clear, Jose. What you want, I will say, do what you want. The
Could you
idea
repeat,
was to
please?
use all the vocabulary.
Ah, okay. I'm so sorry. I was not watching the stream when you said for that reason I didn't understand that. Okay.
Mm,
Uh, what I watched today yesterday. I watched the TV like at 3, no, at 2 p.m. Or I watched my cell phone when I had to do something about my job.
okay. And how we could say agua panela? The only one translation that I found is panela water.
Okay,
No,
panela water. That it's
water,
a
yeah.
little bit like it's a little bit weird, but okay, it's good.
Well, let's continue, guys. Thanks for the answers. Well, how you know the vocabulary that you how you know the topic related to past tense. I only put very a lot of activities. Yeah. So the idea is that you put in practice that knowledge that you already know about the tense, this past tense. Yeah. So now we have the activity to complete the sentence. Okay. Related to if it is a regular or irregular verbs, you need to complete the sentence and please write on the chat box completely, complete all the sentence. Yeah, not only the answer, the sentence. Okay. This for this one, we would have only 5 minutes because you know the topic and you are ready to do it. So you have to complete the sentence, taking care if it is a regular or irregular verbs, and then you have to write all the sentence in the chat box. You got it, Jose?
I got it.
Okay, and you, Laura?
Yes, teacher, it's clear for me.
Okay, so 4:15 we end, I suppose. Okay, guys, it's time. A ver, a ver. Well, you didn't send in nothing. Jose, Laura, what happening? What happening?
Nothing, teacher. I'm waiting.
You're waiting what?
I'm waiting for the class for the explaining. I'm thinking that
You
I
are
not
waiting for
understand
the
something.
explaining?
Yes, I think that I don't understand something.
You think that what?
I didn't understand maybe something about the explanation. I don't know.
I'm gonna cry. I want to cry, Jose. What you didn't understand then? What?
I don't know why I can't organize the test when I'm trying to organize. The message was sent, so I can organize my message. I don't know why.
How is that? But it's not a message. The activity is that you complete the sentence, resolve the sentence with the word that is in
Uh,
parentheses.
yes, I know. I mean, I'm trying to say that I try to organize the message because it's unorganized. I don't know how do you say it. I'm a little bit organized. I mean, maybe you don't understand clearly what I try to test in the chat.
I don't
But
get it.
when I try to organize, for example, how Laura do, I I couldn't, sorry, because I can't. When I pushed the enter, the message was sent.
You didn't send.
Yes, and I
So it's a
can't.
problem on your
I
computer.
tried to do it, and yes, it's a problem with my computer. I think that.
Well, so you could take a picture and share the picture, but in the chat box too.
No, 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 no. I already sent the message, but
Yes, but you can send.
I couldn't organize the message.
Laura, do you understanding what Jose tried to say?
Yes, teacher, I can see Jose message and response. Even though I wanted to let my classmate know that sometimes what I do to organize the responses, because as you said, it's really hard because when you have like the message and you click on the Teams button, it immediately goes, and that's why I normally use like the notes on my computer, and in the notes I put the numbers one by one, and I write the sentences. In that way, it doesn't allow me to be sent immediately to this chat. Well, I normally do this because I think it really helps me to organize the message before I send it to Teams, because in the team chat it can be really hard because the message immediately goes.
So what you say is that Jose should could write your answer in another paper, could be in your note of the computer or maybe in Word, and then copy, paste that in the chat box and then sending. Yeah.
No, I
Yes,
didn't
yes,
do
yes.
that. That's something that I have to do in the next opportunity because if I do in the chatbots, I can organize the message.
For that reason, we say write in another, so copy the information that there is in the chat box that you did, paste in another tool, and then organize the information, the information there, and then paste here in the chat box and send it. You got it? If not, just sending, how is that?
I got it, teacher.
Well, Laura, what happened with you? Where are your answers?
Teacher, have you seen my messages? I'm really sorry because my connection was failing. Can you see them right now?
Can I see what?
The responses to the exercise.
No, I can see it. Wait a minute.
Laura, I can see it. For that reason, I was telling to the teacher about the order.
The order of what?
Yeah, because both of us sent a message to the chat.
Ah, and didn't appear in the chat.
Maybe no, maybe you can't watch it. I don't know.
No, I can. Wait here. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna out from the meeting. I'm gonna sing it in my account, Microsoft account, and then I will back. Okay, so wait here, please. Wait here. Okay, so now I can see your answer. Yeah, I can see your answer. Now you can see your answer, guys, in the chat. Shading, 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 shading. Now you can see your answers. Yes or not?
Yes, teacher, I can see them.
Yes,
Yes,
now I can
teacher.
see yours too. Well, say Jose, I went to the park, but I went to the park yesterday. She watched TV when I called it. Mm,
Yes, I know
mm,
what is bad.
what is that?
It had to be in continuous past.
Again?
It had to be in continuous past.
Yeah, that's it. Mm-hmm.
The two and
That's it.
the four.
Yeah. They ate dinner and dun. We started when the teacher arrived again. The same mistake from the second one. Go and eat, go and eat our irregular bird and watch and study our regular bird. Okay. Okay. Good. Let's see, Laura. I went to the park yesterday. She was watching TV when I called it, and they ate dinner at 8 p.m. Okay, we were studying when the teacher arrived. Very good. Very good, guys. You understand the topic? How you, Jose, realized that you were doing bad, that your answer were bad, your two answers?
The first one, when I watched the Laura responses, because it was obviously, but I was focused on do the past the past form of the verb. So for that reason, I didn't read correctly the the sentences. So
Oh,
I realized that is the continuous tense because, but in my case, I relation that with the when. So we have to do something in that moment um, to use the when. In this case, the second one, she was watching TV when I called. And the fourth one, we were studying when the teacher arrived.
very good. Very good. That is good. You analyze it. Okay, dears. You did a great job. Let me, because I put here a lot of activities and maybe the time would be, we could completely. This one. Now, regarding to the last activity, we find this one. Choose the correct answer. Choose the correct answer for each one of. Okay, but in this case, I'm going to ask to you guys. I'm going to ask to you for each one of them, and you at the moment have to answer me. Well, so let's start with Laura. Laura, what do you think is the correct answer for the first one sentence? It's pretty
I
easy. I don't
was
know why they put it's too easy for you. It's too easy. Easier. Tell me the first one. What is the correct answer? Read me the correct sentence.
okay, teacher. Yes, it's really easy. Well, for me, it's I was watching TV.
Reading completely.
I was watching TV.
Okay, very good. Now, Jose, read me the number 4. Jose,
And number four, we went to the park.
we went to the park.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, loud, number 3.
I'm sorry, teacher. I didn't hear you. Can you please repeat that for me?
Number 3 for you.
Number three, they
Yeah,
were eating when I arrived.
very good. Number 2, Jose.
The second one is she called me yesterday.
She called me yesterday. Okay. Okay. It's too easy. I don't know why. Well, now, this is the last. I promise it's the last activity. Tell me, guys, a really story about what you did the last week. Yeah, you can use you can write a text, you can write a paragraph, I don't know, but using, of course, the vocabulary that we already learned in the past tense, that is past continuous and past simple. Yeah, but tell me a real story that you did the last week. For that, you will have 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes. Do you think it's enough time? 5 minutes to create it? Laura say yes. And you, Jose? Could be a sentence, could be a paragraph, could be a text. Okay. So 5 minutes.
Teacher, I have a question. Can I say something about what I did during the week? Because my last weekend was not very interesting.
Well, okay. That's okay. No problem. Okay, guys, time is over. Time is over. I'm ready to hear your history, to your stories. Who wanna start? Are you ready or not?
Yes, teacher.
I
Well,
need one
Laura,
minute more.
you
Only
what,
one
Jose?
minute, please. I need only 1 minute,
Oh,
please.
only 1 minute. Only one. 38. One, two, three. No, 38. One. Jose, sorry.
Okay, teacher, I finished.
Do you finish it? Okay, okay, okay. Let's start with Laura. Laura Valera Salazar.
Okay, teacher. Well, a story that I want to share with you is that last weekend, I think that I had a very interesting experience because first, I woke up early and I went for a walk in the park because I wanted to relax and enjoy more the nature with my grandmother. After that, I helped her with some how chores and I learned how to prepare some meals because she's a really expert person when it comes to cooking. Later, I spent some time reading a story and practicing my English with some stories that I found in the book that I was reading. In the afternoon, I decided to go to the gym and practice some breathing exercises. In the same time, I was listening to music and enjoying the moment. And finally, I made some homework at university, drank a herbal tea, and I went to bed early to have more energy for the following week.
Okay. What do you get time to write, to start writing, to write this story? What you did? What order do you follow to create it?
I'm sorry, teacher. Do you refer to the order that I followed in the grammar topics?
In the grammar before to start to read, how you organize your ideas to start to write and create all this.
Thank you for asking, teacher. Well, to organize the ideas, well, to be honest with you, at first I had many activities that I wanted to share with you. However, I chose the most important ones, the most important activities that I did last week, like for example, going to walk for in the park and also relax because those were activities that I wanted to have last week. I needed to have some time to relax myself. And I normally, what I did was to use some connectors, like to begin with, first, after that, later. in the afternoon. For that, I reviewed the screenshots, the slides that you showed us before, and I also wanted to use a little bit of past continuous, like for the sentence, I was listening to music, and also the past, the simple past, because you know that it's really important to use like the regular verbs, the regular ones. And that's what I used. Some of them like decided, or spent, and drunk.
Okay. You did a lot of things the last week. So it's interesting that the thing that you already mentioned it. And I see that you use the past continue and the past see. So great job. Thanks for your answer and thanks for sharing that. Let's move to
Mm.
Jose.
Thank you, teacher.
Jose, what is your text? Okay, 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 okay.
I
I see it. I see it.
said,
I see it.
okay, okay,
Yeah. Go ahead, Jose. Reading it.
okay. What I did during the week. These days I had to work a lot giving classes, but I will speak about the Wednesday. That was the busiest day that I have had this week. My day started at 7 a.m., where I had to go to the kindergarten where I work in the morning. In that place, I gave a little class about colors. After that, I got ready and prepared all my things for the next class. I took the bus and go to the elementary school. In that place, I had classes from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., but I had to wait until 2.5 because there was a kid that his father didn't go for him. Then I took another bus to a private elementary school where I did personalized classes until 5 p.m. And finally, I was going to the calisthenics gym, but I couldn't train due to a heavy rain. And that's it. Teacher, are you speaking at this moment?
I was speak. Well, I say I say it that what was the order that you follow to create your text? This text.
What was the order to create my test? Um, I started with what I did in the morning. I finished with what I did in the afternoon. I don't know. I don't understand the question, teacher. I
You
just
understand the
followed what
question? Didn't understand it?
I think that I followed just what I did all today. So I followed the routine about about what I did that day.
Okay,
Mm,
I repeat again. What was the order, your order that you did at time to start to write this text? You say, first, teacher, I think about what I wrote, and then I remind this and that, and then I take my notebook and then I start to write, or I open the word app and I start to write. I don't know, yeah. So what was your order for create this text?
okay, teacher. Just understood the question. Okay. I had to clear my ideas because I think that these days I'm thinking too much in Spanish. So firstly, I was like, I have to think about what I did on Wednesday. First I did that. After that, I Word, sorry, and I started to type it. And I was watching if I had one mistake. I was doing the test, and finally I finished. I have a question, teacher.
Yeah.
There's one word that I really don't understand if it's right in that way. Sorry, if it's correct in this test. That word is kindergarten. It's with T. Teacher, I can't listen to you
Just
again.
try. Yeah, I say that kindergarten is like preschooler.
Yes, but it's writing with T, right?
With what?
Kindergarten with T
Kind.
of T, kindergarten. Because I was thinking that it could be with D of dude of dice. But I was watching that you have to write it with T.
Well, wait a minute. Repeat again your question, please.
Okay. I didn't know that kindergarten was writing in this way. And I don't know, in this moment, I really don't know if this is correct. This word,
Kindergarten se escribe. Está bien. It's correct.
it's okay. Because
Mhm.
I think that was a
Kindergarten.
relation with garden, with jardín.
Mm, yeah, no. It's with D. Perdón, con T. Kindergarten. Termina en
Okay.
N. T-E-N. So it's correct. Kindergarten. Kindergarten.
Okay. Excellent.
Kindergarten.
So,
Yeah. Well, seeing all the things that you wrote, I would say that is correct. It's perfect. Um, the idea always is calling you to do it the exercise with more with all the awareness, yeah, your process, and remind always that the idea is that you don't show you as a perfect, and but yes, that you show what you know in the language, yeah, and maybe what you need to improve, but show what you really have, your really skills. Yeah, that is the call it el llamado that I do for you. It's correct. It's pretty good your text and the thing that you shared, but I only want to say that the idea would be that you show that you use your real English and show you really acknowledge it, and don't be afraid if you make mistakes because that is part of the process. So, guys, you did a great job today. I'm so proud of you because you attend this class. And we know that today is Sunday and it's a day that we could use to just relax. Yeah. But now we are spending time for learn and focus on the process, so your our academic process. So congratulations for you. And I'm proud of you because that's mean that you're responsible with that. But for finish this section, I want to ask you a question. Yeah. So for you, my dear Jose, what new words do you learn today from this section?
I maybe not for the pronunciation, but I learned that kindergarten it's with the that was an uphill. Did you remember uphill? I didn't know that word.
Uphill?
Yes, this
Yeah, I
one.
remember. I remember. Mm-hmm.
I wrote it bad.
You wrote it, but double L.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
now it's
Yeah.
correct. Yes. T-shirt, the microphone.
Okay. That's perfect. And you, Laura, what word did you learn from this section of words?
Teacher and classmate, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Teacher, regarding the question, well, I actually had the same situation as Jose because when he first mentioned the word uphill, I didn't know what was it about. And once I checked the dictionary, I understood more about the context, the situation, and I learned that interesting word, the word uphill. And besides learning the words, I also reviewed some important words like suddenly after that. Well, I previously saw them in different parts of texts or books, but I needed to review them because I have in the same situation as Jose that sometimes I translate words in Spanish like I think in Spanish. And I think it's really important that we review those expressions. Even if we have seen them before, we need to still study them and practicing with the words. And that's what I think it was a very valuable lesson for me because of the words that I reviewed and the new word that I learned that it was uphill.
Okay, pretty good, my dear Laura, and thanks for sharing, guys, all your comments. And is the end of our section. We're at the end of our section of today. Remind that the next week will be our last section of English second. So the idea would be always that you please attend the class and try to keep in the participation and try to keep attending and so on and learning. And so one of you want to say something? I know what was problem. So guys, do you want to say something before I stop the recording? You
No,
want
I think that I
to
want to
mention
say the
something?
same. It's so important to repeat some things that we watched before or we saw before, because if we are not practicing, we could forget the things that we watched. We saw in
Yeah,
the past.
yeah, I'm agree with your comment. Yeah, that's it. That's it. We need always to be, we as a teacher, we are called to keep practice all role as a teacher because we could forget things. So that's it. Well, my dear, see you the next weekend. Thanks for being here today. And keep studying, keep learning, be open to make mistakes. And so that's all. A big hug for you and see you. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, teacher. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend. It was a pleasure to
Thanks.
be here with you and practice my English, and I truly appreciate.
Thanks, my dear Laura. You're welcome. Bye bye.
Hi, teacher. Have a good week. Take care of yourself.